You are being set up for the largest financial trap of your life. For generations, the real estate industry, banks, and even your well-meaning parents have repeated the exact same financial dogmas. Renting is throwing your money away. Your home is your greatest investment asset. Buying builds equity, while renting pays your landlord's mortgage. This single piece of conventional wisdom is the primary reason why millions of hardworking people end up house rich but cash poor, bound to a 30-year W-2 treadmill, working jobs they hate just to pay a mortgage they can barely afford. Today, we are stripping away the emotion and the sales pitches. We are running the actual math on a modern home purchase to show you how a hidden, systematic leak in homeownership is quietly robbing you of over $500,000 in liquid wealth. To find the objective truth, we are putting two opposing strategies head-to-head in a ruthless 15-year financial showdown. Meet buyer Bill. Bill believes the American dream is a contract written in brick and mortar. He takes $120,000 cash down payment and buys a beautiful $600,000 home. He is convinced he is on the fast track to absolute stability. Now, meet renter Rick. Rick rents a virtually identical home next door for $2,400 a month. Instead of locking up his liquidity in drywall, Rick takes his $120,000 cash down payment and dumps it straight into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund on day one. The traditional real estate gurus will tell you that Bill wins this battle in a landslide. They claim that in 15 years, Rick will have nothing but rent receipts, while Bill will have a massive nest egg. But those gurus are using elementary school math. They are ignoring what we call the unrecoverable costs of ownership. By the end of this video, we will prove that under real market conditions, one of these men ends up with over $1.3 million in liquid wealth, while the other is left with less than half of that locked inside wood and concrete. Let's run the real math. When Bill bought his $600,000 home, he put 20% down. That's his $120,000. He borrowed the remaining $480,000 from the bank at a 30-year fixed interest rate of 7%. Now, if you plug those numbers into a standard online calculator, it tells Bill his monthly principal and interest payment is $3,193. Bill looks at that number and thinks, perfect. Every month, I'm putting $3,193 into my personal brick-and-mortar piggy bank. But Bill has fallen for the bank's most powerful illusion, the amortization schedule. In the very first month of Bill's homeownership, he writes a check for $3,193. Out of that payment, only $393 goes towards actual debt. The other $2,800 is pure interest. It goes directly to the bank's bottom line. It is gone forever. Let's look at the first 5 years of Bill's homeownership. Over 60 months, Bill writes checks to the bank totaling $191,580. How much did his actual debt decrease? Only $26,000. The other $165,580 was completely unrecoverable interest paid to a financial institution. If renting is throwing money away, what do you call giving a bank over $165,000 of pure interest in 5 years? But interest is just the opening act of the unrecoverable cost parade. When you rent, your rent is the maximum amount you will pay for housing this month. When you buy, your mortgage is the absolute minimum amount you will pay. Let's meet the silent wealth killers of homeownership. To maintain and secure his $600,000 asset, Bill must pay 3 permanent and escalating carrying costs. First, property taxes. On a $600,000 home, Bill pays an average of 1.5% in property taxes annually. That's $9,000 a year or $750 a month. It never stops, and it rises every single year. Second, maintenance and repairs. Houses decay. Roofs leak, pipes burst, and HVAC systems fail. The standard industry rule of thumb is 1.2% of the home value per year for maintenance. That's $7,200 a year or $600 a month on average. Third, homeowners insurance. To protect his property, Bill pays about 0.5% of the home's value in insurance annually. That's another $3,000 a year or $250 a month. When Bill totals his real out-of-pocket expenses, his housing cost isn't $3,193. It's $4,793 every single month. And here's the critical realtor-shunned metric. Out of that $4,793 monthly outlay, out of $4,400 is completely unrecoverable. Only $393 goes to actual equity. The other 92% is spent on interest, taxes, maintenance, and insurance. Under the real math, Bill is throwing away nearly 11 times more cash than he is actually saving.
Now let's look at renter Rick. Rick didn't buy. He decided to rent a virtually identical home for $2,400 a month. Local real estate agents told Rick he was losing his mind. "You're throwing away $28,800 a year," they warned. But Rick understands opportunity cost, the powerful financial leverage of keeping his capital liquid. Because Rick did not buy, he didn't write a check for $120,000 down payment. That cash didn't get locked up in a foundation. Rick invested that entire $120,000 on day one into a diversified, low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Historically, over any 15-year period in modern stock market history, the S&P 500 has returned an average nominal yield of 9.5% per year. But the leverage doesn't stop there. Let's look at the monthly difference in their cash flow. Remember, buyer Bill's total monthly cost of home ownership is $4,793. Renter Rick's rent is $2,400. This means every single month, Rick has a $2,393 in surplus cash that Bill is forced to spend on interest, taxes, and repairs. Rick doesn't spend his surplus on fancy dinners or vacations. He sets up an automatic transfer and invests the entire $2,393 monthly difference into his stock portfolio every month. While Bill is dealing with tax bills and broken appliances, Rick's capital is compounding 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in the global stock market. Let's fast forward the clock 15 years and look at the final audited scorecard. It is year 15. Let's look at Bill's side of the scorecard. Bill's house has appreciated at a standard historical average of 3.5% per year. His original $600,000 home is now worth $1,005,209. Bill is thrilled. He looks at his estimate and thinks, "I made over $400,000 in pure profit." But let's look closer. After 15 years of monthly principal payments, his remaining loan balance has dropped to $355,291. This means his gross home equity is $649,918. Home equity is not cash. To access his money, Bill has to sell. Agent commissions, title fees, and closing costs consume an average of 6% of the final sale price. 6% of $1,005,209 is $60,312. When Bill finally walks away from the closing table, his net realized wealth from his home is $589,606. To secure that $589,606 in net wealth, Bill had to suffer $794,405 in completely unrecoverable costs. Bill paid more in pure friction, interest, and taxes than his entire net home equity is worth. Now let's look at renter Rick. Over 15 years, Rick paid $535,649 in rent. Yes, Rick threw away over $500,000 on rent. But what happened to his investments? With his initial $120,000 compounding and his monthly cash surplus invested at a historical 9.5% average return, renter Rick's liquid stock portfolio is now worth $1,366,783. Let's look at the final net wealth comparisons side by side. Buyer Bill's net realized wealth is $589,606. Renter Rick's net realized wealth is $1,366,783. Renter Rick is $777,178 wealthier than Buyer Bill. And here is the ultimate kicker. Rick's wealth is 100% liquid. He can access his money with a single click on his phone for a transaction fee of exactly $0. Bill's wealth is locked up in drywall. If Bill wants to access his equity, he has to take out a high-interest home equity loan or pay $60,000 to sell his home.
On paper, renting and investing, the difference, is the undisputed champion of wealth building. So why does almost everyone still scream at you to buy a home? Because of human psychology. The reality is that 99% of renters will fail this strategy. Why? Because of forced savings. When Bill bought his home, the bank forced him to save. If Bill didn't pay his mortgage, the bank would take his home. Bill was forced to build that $589,000 of equity, even if he did it reluctantly. But Rick had no bank forcing him to invest. When Rick saw that $2,393 monthly surplus in his bank account, his brain whispered, "You deserve a vacation. Look at that new car. Let's upgrade our lifestyle." Most renters do not invest the difference. They spend it. If you rent and spend your surplus cash on depreciating assets, you will end up broke. Homeownership is a fantastic psychological tool because it forces undisciplined people to build a net worth. But if you possess the financial discipline to automate your investments and live below your means, renting is not a setback. It is a rocket booster for your net worth. Stop letting societal expectations dictate your financial future. Run the real math, master your behavior, and build quiet wealth. If you want to see exactly how to invest your weekly pocket change to build a portfolio that surpasses your job, click on this video right here, where we break down the ultimate $35 a week wealth hack. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.